All right, guys, here we are. Welcome to our lesson for today. We are going to start and we're going to warm up by chaining. We're going to make a chain, we change one sound, not letter, sound at a time using some of these new vowel sound spellings. We've been working on this. Ooh might show up. This could be in there. And I'm pretty sure we'll see some ow. So, come on. All right, so the first word in our chain is going to be the word, listen carefully, the first word is going to be hound. 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 I know, right? There's 4 sounds in that word. So, let's go. Ow. Hound. Ow. Hound. All right, if I wanted to go from hound to round, hound to round, what sound am I changing? The beginning sound. Excellent. Good. I'm going from to r. All right, let's write the word round. Notice we changed one sound. Round. Round. Excellent. How about from round to bound? Round to bound. Where's my change this time? Again, the beginning from r to b. Round to bound. You may even call these rhyming words. Hound, round, bound. Okay? From bound to mound. Bound to mound. I'm changing the beginning sound again. Excellent. Bound to mound. Ow, mound. Ow, mound. All right, you ready? Pay attention. From mound to mend. Mound to mend. What am I changing? The vowel sound. I'm going from ow to eh. Watch. From mound to end. Mend. And mend is like when you fix something, like clothing wise, like say you rip the end of something and it's repairable, so you mend it, like you stitch it back together. So mound to mend. I changed my vowel sound from mend to min. From mend to min. What change am I making? Correct. I'm not switching sounds. I'm taking a sound away. Still only making a change of one sound. Mound to men. Men. So more than one man is men. Yeah. Men. Okay. From men to moon. Men to moon. Where's my change? The beginning, the middle, or the end? The middle. I'm changing that middle vowel sound from eh to ooh. Someone's in trouble. Let me spell that. Oh, excellent. Oon. Oon. Moon. All right, let's proceed from moon, just 3 more words, to boon. Moon to boon. Where am I making a change? At the beginning. Moon to boon. See? The vowel stays the same. The ending sound stays the same. I went from to b. Boon. Boon. From boon to boot. Boon to Where am I changing this word? The ending sound, my ending sound changed. I went from boon to boot. Boon to boot. Boon to boot. Okay, good job. How about from boot to boot? Boot to booth. What change am I making? I'm going from the ending sound to the ending sound. Let's write it. Ooh, booth, ooh, booth. All right, let's read our chain. Hound, round, bound, mound, mend, men, moon, boon, boot, booth. Good job. We used two of our new sounds. We used the ooh and the ow. Alright, so now that our sounds are all fresh in our head, go ahead and have get your cat book ready. And we're going to actually answer some questions. We're going to answer some yes or no questions today. Alright, so yes, page 11.2 is our yes or no questions. Our yes or no questions are 11.2. And each of these, this setup is that these questions are all using our oohs, our ows, and our might pop up in there a couple times. We'll also use some of our split digraphs or our long vowel sound spellings from Unit 2. These are all words that we have been given and worked with the tools to be able to decode them. We've already unlocked the code. So these sentences are yes or no questions. All right, let's go ahead and you be partner A, and then I'll be partner B, and we'll answer the question. Okay? Go ahead, partner A, read number 1. If this is a little bit small, remember it's in your book on page 11.2. Go ahead, partner A, read number 1. All right, my turn. Can a round spoon fit in your mouth? Can a round spoon fit in your mouth? I'm perfectly honest, it really depends on the size of the spoon. Generally speaking, that would be a yes. I know there's some spoons at my house that I personally prefer not to use. Something that happens, you might have a favorite spoon. I know I do. All right, number 2. Go ahead, partner A. Let me get out your way. Number 2, partner A. Okay, my turn. All right. Is there a couch in the room? Well, I'm going to go off the classroom and I'm going to say no. But where you are, the answer might be yes. I'm going to go with no. So these questions are yes or no questions, but it's not like questions as such as is the sky blue? Because that's yes or no, right or wrong. These are questions that this question and this question both kind of depend a little bit on how big your mouth is, what room you're in. There's a little bit of wiggle room, but like if you were in the classroom, the answer would be no, there's no couch in this room. So like number 3 is a yes or no definitive right or wrong answer question. Go ahead, partner A, please, if you will. Okay, my turn. Are there big cats at the zoo? Are there big cats at the zoo? Yes, lions and tigers and bears. Oh my! Wait, hold on. Bears aren't big cats. That's a line from the movie. Bears aren't big cats. So let me give you lions, tigers, jaguars, cheetahs, all those big cats at the zoo. Yes. There are big cats at the zoo. All right. Partner A, if you will, number 4, please. Okay, my turn, partner B. Can you wave your hand to shoo a bug. Well, shoo fly, don't bother me. It looks like a yes to me. So I say the answer is yes. Now, if your hands were full, there's a situation where this might not work, but as a general rule, yes, you can wave your hands to shoo a bug. Okay. Partner A, can you read number 5 for me, please? All right, my turn. Can you count the books? Can you count the books? It might take a really long time, but I imagine technically, yes, you can count the books. I'm gonna yell at yes questions today. Okay. Partner A, please read number 6 for me. My hands are cold, guys. Don't worry about it. All right, my turn. Is the ground, ooh, that's like the words we were doing in our chain, bound, round, mound, ground, down. That's our new tricky word. Is the ground down? Again, yes, the ground is down. I don't know anywhere we could be where the ground would not be down. Well, maybe if we were standing on our heads, then technically the ground would be above our heads, but I think it still counts as down. You're just upside down. All right, partner A, please read number 7. Is a cake sweet? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't give you time. Sorry. Yes, but is a cake sweet? Another yes answer. All right, guys. Is a cake sweet? Yes, a cake is sweet. What about number 8? Partner A. I'm going to wait this time, I promise. All right, my turn. Can a mule cook food? Can a mule, like the ones we've been learning about, yep, cook food? That's a hard no. Can a mule cook food? That is a no. A mule cannot cook food. They don't have any fingers. Not just thumbs. They don't have any fingers. But no, a mule cannot cook food. All right, excellent job. That was fun. So now, keeping in your cat book, I want you to turn. I'm going to go backwards a little bit. You're going to turn to page 6.2. I know mine says 2.1. It says 2.1 looks just like 6.2. 6.2. We did not use that page when we did our book report. And this is why. I was saving it on purpose. We are going to write out a plan. We're going to look at the story, The Dog and the Mule. We're going to identify the who, the when, and you're going to tell me what happened in the story, The Dog and the Mule. So it's on page 6.2, and we're going to go through the story. But you know what? I have a really good idea. Let's reread the story so that way it's fresh in our brain, because we did that yesterday. So let's go ahead and reread the story, The Dog and the Mule. Come on. All right, as promised, we're going to reread the story before we try to plan it out. So our reader fables. Let's go to the table of contents. We're looking for the story, The Dog and the Mule. The Dog and the Mule, which is on page number 34. So let's go. We're turning kind of slow to know that it's 34. Let's skip ahead a little bit. We've read this one. Ooh, I remember those guys. Aha! The Dog and the Mule. All right, let's go ahead and read this tale. Tale is another word for story. We just don't have all the tools yet to decode the story. That's why I keep calling it a tale. The Dog and the Mule. Once, notice tricky words are still underlined, once there was a man who had a dog and a mule. The man gave the dog scraps of food from his plate. He let the dog lick his spoon. I hope he does that when he's done eating. Let me go back because I distracted myself. He let the dog lick his spoon. The dog would sit on the man's lap and lick him. The man would rub the dog and kiss him. Let's just look at this picture here for a second. This man and this dog seem pretty happy. They look pretty happy together. But not quite the same picture. So once we zoomed out, we see a little bit more. Let's meet this gentleman here. The mule would look in and see the dog on the man's lap. He felt sad. He felt left out. Good. The man feeds me, said the mule, but I do not get food from his plate. I'm left out because I am a mule. I should act like a dog. If I do that, the man will like me just as much as he likes the dog. Not necessarily a bad thought process. Let's see how that pans out for how that goes for the mule. So the mule left his pen, not like this kind of pen, but like a square that you will keep an animal like a mule or a donkey or a horse in. So yeah, left his pen and went into the man's home. He set his feet on the man's lap and gave the man a big wet lick. The man was scared. He gave a shout and let his plate drop. It broke with a crash. The man fell down too. When the man got up, he was mad at the mule. He made the mule run back out to his pen. Ooh, that means it's the next story, which means the end. All right, so now that the story of the dog and the mule is fresh in our brains, let's go on and continue that lesson. Come on. All right, guys, so now that the dog and the mule is fresh in your brain, we're going to plan out, so write out, basically summarizing the story of the dog and the mule, identifying the who, where, and what had happened was, so our characters, the setting, and the plot for beginning, middle, and end of this story. All right, starting with our title. Remember, yours is 6.2 in your cat book. We're working through this together. The name of the story, the tale we read was The Dog and the Mule. The Dog and the Mule. Yours doesn't quite fit in the box. That's okay. So does mine doesn't either. So, looking into, remember, we're taking notes. These are not complete sentences. These are notes. There's much words with as much information with as little words as possible. So, who was in the story? Remember, those are our characters. There was a dog, a mule, and a man. A dog, a mule, and a man. And we're in this story. Cool. And where were they? Where was the story at? What was the setting of this story? Ah, yes, they were at the man's house. Ooh, we know the tools now. We can spell house. Excellent, excellent. House. They were at his house. House. All right, so now looking at the actual story, what had happened was, see, at the beginning of the story, so what happens at the beginning of the story? Yes, at the beginning of the story, there was a man who would do, what did he do with his dog? Him and his dog. Yep, the man and the dog were at the beginning. Okay. Once there was a man. And what did he do? Who played, I feel like they're playing. with his dog. Once there was a man who played with his dog. That's pretty normal. Yep, the dog would lick him. He would sit on the man's lap. They would share their food. So the man would play with his dog. Okay? But, in the middle, next, but his mule, what about his mule? His mule felt left out. And this middle is going to have two pieces of the middle, okay? There are two pieces in the middle, so which is the first piece of the middle. So first, next, then. We're going to break up this middle box. We'll give it two little pieces. We're going to say next. We're going to say then. Just so we know there's, remember I told you, just like a sandwich, start small. You start adding stuff, it's going to go in the middle of your sequence. So first there was a man who played with his dog. But his mule felt left out. His mule felt left out. The man also owns a mule. And you remember in the story, the mule felt left out. So once there was a man who played with his dog, but his mule felt left out. So the mule acted like the dog. Say what? I know, right? So the mule, seeing that the dog gets treated this way, say, okay, well, the dog likes him, the man likes it. Well, maybe if I do the same, he'll like me better too. And I'll get some of the food off his plate, and he'll be happy to see me. All right, so not a bad way of thinking, except at the end of the tale, the mule did what? Scared the man, and he put him back in his head. At the end, the mule scared the man and put him back. You know what? I'm going to put outside, so I'm going to use our ow sound. Put him back outside. Put him back outside. Because mules, first off, a mule is much bigger than a dog. You don't want a mule in your lap. Alright guys, so yes, that is the plan that you wrote on 6.2. This is us summarizing the story, noting that we know who was in the story. We know where we were at, and we know what happened in this tale. Now, what you're going to end up doing is you're going to send me a picture of this, and maybe a little bit more. We'll see. But definitely you're going to send me a picture of the work we just did together about the dog and the mule. So this is what we did. Now the question, what are you going to do? You are going to you're going to fill in the blank. So there is a list of words and a list of sentences. And they are coming from and talking about the King Log, King Crane, the story with the two dogs, the two mules, and the dog and the mule. So these, oh, don't forget the hares. I forgot the story about the hares. So yes, these questions or these sentences where you're going to fill in the blank are all about the stories that we have read so far. And that is going to be your task today. And these answers are all decodable. We have unlocked the codes to sounding out each and every one of these words. I know, right? That's so exciting. All right, guys, but that concludes our lesson for today. You know, if you have questions, let me know, and I'll do my best to help you. But until then, bye.